Hey, what's up, y'all? This your boy Shatek, the producer. We're here at Conversations on Film. Today, we have Jada G in the building.
Hey, all my bulls and babes and everybody out there. It's your girl, Jada G. What's good?
All right. We got Pick Me Lady Jazz.
Pick me, pick me.
All right. And we got the children in the building. Give it up for the children.
Woo! Our kids is here.
Yeah.
All the J's.
Right.
Yes.
Right. Everybody's name is Jay.
Besides me, my name is Shatek, but my middle name is
middle
Jamal.
name.
Jamal.
I knew
So
that
I'm
was
being Jay
coming.
for
Today
today.
you are Jamal.
I knew.
I am Jamal today.
Jamal, Jasmine, Jada,
Jada.
Jaden, and Jace. And Jesus.
There you go.
Listen, it might get a little vulgar in here. Is that okay with the children?
That's fine.
They've heard worse.
Is
My
that
daughter's
okay
from
with the
Brooklyn.
children?
My kids from Hempstead.
You gotta say,
Equivalent.
got you.
We're all family.
So
here.
when we first came in here, she said it looked like it was about to be a Pinot in here.
It do, like the way the camera, y'all, I wish, listen, Boozy Babes, if only y'all could see the setup. I don't know what Shaw's doing. He's a married man. I don't know what goes on here, but I'm telling you, it looked like it was ready for something
Listen,
else.
if you want to rent a spot for your OnlyFans content, come on over here to Beats on Film
Listen,
Productions.
Come on over.
And
we will make sure we sanitize before
right. And
we do anything else.
and it's capital B for Beats. All right.
Beats everything. Prices, whatever you beat.
Right.
Fix your mic a little closer. And speaking of Beats, no.
What
Listen, we got children.
Somewhere to it. Speaking of
Jamal, you on. You are
Yeah.
on tonight.
Speaking
No
of
Diddy.
beat.
Speaking of beats and some cheeks, right? Let's talk about Cameron, right? That's why I put the pink behind you guys today. So the pink horsepower for my boy Cameron.
Killer Cam.
He was on CNN the other night, and he didn't like being there because they was asking him questions about Diddy and not about his
Pink horsepower.
power or his show or anything of that nature. So he was on CNN.
Abby's show.
Do your thing.
Oh, listen,
Yeah.
So
Don't
Cameron,
block that mic though.
Me and Mike's. I don't know what to tell you.
All right.
Oh, the kids here. Okay. Pause.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
All right. Let's get down to business. So Cam was on Abby, I believe her name is Douglas. I could be wrong, but Abby's show on CNN. And she was interviewing him, asking him about his opinion and his take on what was happening with Diddy. And my boy Cam became Killer Cam. Like, we seen him go from Cam that might have been
Cam
on
at the
it.
barbecue.
Yeah.
With his bucket hat.
Till he got on Killer Cam. I thought he had on a pink fur and a bandana. I said, Lord
Right.
Jesus.
Right.
Yeah. First off, let's talk about it because, if you watch the interview with Abby and him, in my opinion, she kind of was baiting him because at first the line of questioning was, what did he think about what happened? He gave his opinion. He said he totally is against what Diddy did. He does not condone it with him or any other man. What he saw was egregious. I love this choice of wording, by the way. Shout out to you, Killer Kim, for the gram. Love it. But then she began to ask more questions about, they played the clip with Mace, where Mace talks about how he didn't want Cam to fall victim to the same type of deal that a lot of other bad boy artists, including himself, had went through with Diddy. So he
Right.
brought him to Biggie, and they went to Undias to do the deal. And he was even saying then, you would have to ask Mace about that. Then she was like, well, what else happens in Hollywood? And that's where it went kind of left. And I'm going to let my good girlfriend, Miss Pick Me, give her her honest opinion about it. But I could kind of see where the irritation would go left. If I give you my opinion about something that you asked me, and then you ask me to further elaborate about speculation or what else goes on in the industry, why do you need my take on what happens in the industry if that's not what I'm here for? Why do you want, and he kept letting it be known also that he was not friends with Diddy like that. Did he know him? Yes. Has he been around him? Yes. But he wouldn't call him a friend. So how do you want me to keep asking or speaking on his behavior when I haven't been around to kind of witness some of the behaviors they're talked about? But go ahead, take it over.
Thank you for picking me.
You're welcome.
Let me just say, first of all, you can't expect a fish to climb a tree. So I didn't expect Cam to give an intellectual, over-the-top explanation or reasoning, right? Or opinion, if we will, because he doesn't really know any reasoning why it happened. So at first I was cool with his response.
Right.
This really was just the wrong person for the job. He's a real one, but he was the wrong one for this.
And sometimes you could be a real one, but be the wrong one.
Right. And both happen here, right? To where if he was on maybe a panel, this would have been great. But for him to weigh in by himself, absolutely not. Now, I also will say, I don't believe CNN, being the brand that they are and that show, I don't believe that they had him come up there and not give him the topic.
Absolutely not.
Because they're going to give you how long you have for the segment. They're going to give you what they're going to talk about. Just like how when people come up here, we ask them, is there something you don't want to speak on?
Right.
So if he really didn't want to talk about Diddy, he, number one, could have gotten up. Right? You could have unmiked yourself and walked off. You could have not done the interview at all. But I think in our community, what I have a problem with is we see every opportunity as an opportunity. And you have to be very careful because the audience that CNN favors, let's be for real, a lot of them look at us like Black people don't know time and place. We don't know how to act. We don't know how to conduct ourselves. And he fell right into that narrative. Whether he wanted to or not, that's how it came across. It came across insensitive. It came across ignorant for a minute. It came across inappropriate because how are we talking about domestic violence and you're talking about an energy drink? Are you saying drink more so you can beat her ass more? Because somebody could have quickly taken it that way too. It's a reach. It's a reach.
That would have been a far reach. But
it's a reach.
But I see.
But where did you come from with energy drink? We weren't talking about that, right? Like you're not even. I remember back in the day, celebrities used to have to be vetted, right? They were prompts on things to say, things not to say. You had a PR person. You had somebody that they damn near wrote scripts for you. Not saying we should go back to that, but I just feel like this was such a disservice, and I can't even fully blame Cam. He shouldn't have been put up there. He was the wrong person to talk on such a sensitive topic. He was the wrong person to talk to at this time. And I need Black men and Black celebrities and their management and their PRs to warn them, any interview you do for the next month as a Black man, 9 times out of 10, they're going to question you about this situation.
Absolutely.
And why don't we know that? Like,
well, I think I agree with you. I do not believe for a second that he didn't know that. Jamil Hill made a very valid statement. She said, anybody who's been on CNN, you know that you are giving talking topics. The producers are coming to you.
Yes.
If they're not coming directly to the individual or star, they're going to your team. So I'm pretty sure at this point he was versed.
Yeah.
But it becomes a point of, like you said, like sometimes when they say when keeping it real goes wrong.
Yeah.
When
it
you're
was
too
one
real.
of those.
But now here's where I will play the devil's advocate. I have a problem when you have these mainstream cable networks that now all of a sudden want to come and court Black urban rappers, Black urban talking heads, Black urban reality stars when it pertains to something that is in a negative light, as if they are the sole opinion or the sole curator of what's going on in the Black world.
But
why you didn't have no white people in? Why you ain't gonna get Post Malone to come talk about it?
But
They-
that would have been a problem.
But
No, wait.
They have relationships with Diddy.
But no, they did have the white lady come on that was either his manager or
She did.
She did come on
his-
the night before.
Yeah, she did,
and she did speak about it.
and she spoke eloquently.
She did, and she chose her wording very wisely.
She did.
So they have been asking people, and there have been a bunch of people that have come out to talk about what he's done.
Well, not him. I watched Cuomo on Fox on what is it, News Nation, and he had Jason Lee, Ayanna Van Zant, and one of Diddy's former attorneys on, and they had a panel, and they were talking about it as well. And it's just like, I just feel like now everything that's a rock, and don't get me wrong, because hell, we're all talking about it, so I get that, but Kim is the type of person, that is what the fame of It Is What It Is, and shout out to It Is What It Is, It's Only Money, because I love it. That is what we watch Kim for his unapologetic take on sports, trending topics, and any other thing. So
that's what I said. I'm not mad.
Right, yeah.
I'm not mad at Kim, like Kim was Kim.
CNN is trying to capitalize off of certain black names, and this is what you get. The only issue that I have is that we, as black people, we don't get the liberty of having individualism as other cultures do. So if one Asian says something inappropriate, it's that Asian. If a white person says something that's inappropriate, it's that white person. When a black person says something inappropriate, we are speaking for and being judged collectively.
Well, you have to
remember. And I hate that.
Well, you have to remember we weren't seen as human beings, right? And to some people, we still aren't. But I have to play devil's advocate too. I don't do that. I generalize. Like when I hear about serial killers, the first thing in my mind is it's a white person. When you know what I'm saying? When you talk about people that don't know how to wash and don't wash, they just let the soap and the water run down their legs. To me, that's white people.
Or like people that just do the school stuff.
Right. We generalize. That's a human thing, right? That's just what happens. So I'm not mad that that's how we're looked at. But I think we have to realize it goes both ways. If we can look at white people and say that they don't know how to make potato salad, they can't bring the potato salad to the cookout, and we generalize, we have to know that they do the same thing to us.
Yeah, but no, it's done on a different level because we don't, if a white person misspeaks, we don't sit and think they all misspeak, because what's our token words? Like, oh, when you talk proper, you're talking like a white person. So when I'm talking about as far as when we're looked at, when we say things that can be, when we say or do things that can be viewed ignorantly, it's already a perception. We're fighting an uphill battle.
Well, I think the difference is you have different categories that we don't categorize black people. Like you have trailer park trash. You have uppity white people. You have middle class white people.
We got bougie,
right? Now you have, and for black people, it's either you bougie or you ratchet.
Yes,
and that's
or
it.
You ghetto.
Right? There's no real, or you down home country, or like we used to say when I lived in Maryland, you a local. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't really classify as much,
right?
As much as they do, because there are different tiers.
I have to interject about something, right? Mm-hmm. You saying why they now bringing the black people on? Black people have media on lock right now. Shannon Sharp is one of the biggest things going on in media. Cameron and them are one of the biggest thing that's going on sports media.
A. Smith. But when I say that,
all these black podcasters, we are controlling media right now. CNN would be dumb not to have our opinion on all of these places when we already everywhere else.
And I'm not gonna lie, if a white person got up there for that interview, I'd have been highly offended.
But what I mean by that is, did you see what you said? Shannon Sharp, right?
Yeah.
You said, who else did you say? You said, it is what it is.
A phone?
Jada.
Yeah.
I love her for that. Mm-hmm. Why are you doing the black mother look? We just was talking about stuff black people do. Now you seen that, y'all? That was the black mother look. She said a whole lot in that look. Now I want you to know her daughter was on the phone. The daughter was the phone. We could hear it, right? She ain't even have to tell her to turn her phone down. The phone is off, right? Y'all hear it no more. I love us. That's that.
All right, so you remember what you said?
But what I was saying was that all of those entities that you have said are primarily done as either podcasts or online. CNN, Fox Nation, Fox, MSNBC. These are cable, right, syndicated channels that reach far beyond certain audiences. So what I'm saying is I feel like you're right. In a way, from marketing and a money perspective, yes, they would be dumb. But all of a sudden, I feel like with this situation, where are y'all when, like Kim said, where are y'all when we're doing things that are beneficial for our communities? Where are y'all when we are talking about things that are uplifting to our community? Now, because this black man has been caught stomping out this woman, and believe me, we're going to get into that, but that's what we're being called to talk about? Yeah, all right.
Right. I mean, but then, why even take the opportunity to be on the show?
He could have declined.
He could have declined, but I mean, again, now playing devil's advocate, the flip side to that is that's why he's on there drinking his horsepower drink, talking about he gonna clap some cheeks because there's an opportunity there, right?
Mm-hmm.
You want me on here? Fine. I'm gonna make sure I showcase my brand. I'm gonna make sure that I get the spotlight that is necessary.
I get that, but I will also say we really don't understand time and place as a people. I'm sorry, we don't. And I'm just gonna keep it a buck. Like, I've been in rooms with people, and I'm not talking about rich, I'm talking about wealth, billionaires that were brothers. You know what I'm saying? You don't act a certain way in certain rooms. Just like when we go to work, I don't act the way I act with my homegirls, the way I act at work. I don't speak the way that I speak amongst certain people.
But
I can.
You know why?
Why?
Because these are the places that you need. He don't need to be in those places.
I get
that.
I get that.
I get that. However, he's got $20 million to do that show.
That's fine, but we have to. CNN. I get that, but we have to stop. We have to just stop attaching a price tag to everything as a black people.
It's not a price tag.
Wait, hold on.
It's my comfortability at this point.
No. You just said $20 million, right? So it's the money that makes it comfortable.
But you said you wouldn't talk like that in front of billionaires. You wouldn't talk like that.
What I'm saying is, it's time and place, and we don't get time and place as a people. This is why we don't get invited to the country clubs. This is why now these predominantly Ivy League schools are getting rid of diversity and inclusion because we don't know how to act. When we show up, we're showing up to the graduation, we're yelling, we're screaming. Yes, you're happy and it's celebratory, and I'm not saying you shouldn't. I'm here for the culture, but you have to know how to read the room. We don't know how to read the room as a people because we feel like keeping it real, I'm a real one, da-da-da-da-da. And it's cool for Cam to do, but it's regular people that thought that shit was a flex. Baby, you can't do that. You're not on that level. You get what I'm saying? And again, it's time and place for me with everything. You have to know how to conduct yourself. When I show up to events and I'm Lady Jasmine is a different person than not Lady Jasmine. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or it's just, to me, it's time and place. And I feel like, again, this was such a sensitive topic that as a black man, and I wasn't expecting this from Cameron because I don't think he's on that level. I don't hold him to that caliber. But I feel like if they would have chose a different black man, it would have been such a great message that was sent about how heinous what we saw was.
Yeah.
Or how black women shouldn't be treated a certain way, or how men, like how you've said before, why is it that black men don't hold each other accountable for their fucked up ways? Because the reality is, why didn't he, I've seen men on social media go at Diddy on some yo, if I saw you, it's a fade.
Hold on, wait. You going
I'm
into
just saying.
that.
I'm just saying. Again,
fast.
it's time and place.
In other words, he missed the mark. And I'm going to go one step further before we wrap up this segment and get to the real punches. No Diddy. I fucking can't. I am disheartened by the fact that you chose to do that with a black reporter.
That's the only thing I didn't.
Abby.
And she was trying to hold it together.
Yo, first of all, my sis wanted to come. She wanted to say what the. She wanted to say, "Nigga, what?"
Yeah,
that
real
bad. That look when he said clap the cheeks. That was, I know. Nigga,
you could have kept that to yourself.
It was just but
or save that for your platform, baby. You on CNN. That's what I mean when I say time and place. This is not your podcast.
But I have also, watching it is what it is. I have also seen Cam give some really eloquent, some
he has,
really
I've watched the show.
Thoughtful and impacting and thought-provoking responses. I would have liked to see that part of Cam come out on a national level so that it can draw in a bigger audience. But here's the other part. Buffoonery draws in people too.
Right, because people are going to come see what that's about.
Now I want to see what you're doing. Sometimes being unapologetically who you are will draw in people regardless if they agree with how your delivery was.
And then to think about it, I'm not too familiar with her show, but who's to say the others was watching this? You know what I'm saying?
Nah, they was watching.
But what is her show usually about?
Her show
she talks about all different types of topics.
She has politicians. She's broski. Chill. Stop moving. Sorry, y'all. My kids here. She has politicians on. She's talked with presidents. She's She's very well versed on political aspects. So she is an actual journalist.
Yes.
Okay.
You understand? Like, this ain't no, and shout out and not taken away from any of my fellow podcasting, but
you don't have to say it if you don't feel like you're gonna take. If you're gonna take away something from someone, you don't have to say it.
Okay, well,
Especially
some of y'all
one
niggas
of
don't
us.
be journalists, right?
Exactly.
Y'all just
Right.
going here with a
Just-
mic
just a
talking.
mic,
And then
right.
there are people who actually go to school, they major in journalism and media training. And she brings that, I feel, that authenticity, but also while being very culturally aware. She's one of the people
Yes.
that kind of got into it with Trump and let him have it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, in an eloquent way.
Yes.
Right.
So I would have loved if they could have had like a real meeting of the minds. I think we missed the moment here,
Right.
but
Like,
it is what it is.
I
It's
saw
only
certain
money.
celebrities giving positive feedback, but still holding him accountable.
Yeah.
And I feel like that could have happened yesterday when he did this interview. And again, I'm just going to chalk it up to wrong person for the job.
Right.
That's it. I have no ill malice towards Cam. Still love him. I still watch the podcast.
I still
just
want a pink fur.
right. I just don't think he was the right person to
I ain't
have
gonna say
that
if I don't know if he was
conversation with.
I don't know if he was the right person. I won't go with me personally, and I agree with him. Why did they not have Mace on there?
Right.
Why did they not have Mace
Or
on?
did they try to
like,
get Mace and Mace said
No.
no? And
Mace
then
Mace
they
said,
called
Kim, go ahead.
Kim's
Mace said-
manager.
Mace said, Kim, go fill in, because, you know, sometimes he'll do
Right.
that.
So like, you know, we're gonna end on this, but I still feel, Jasmine, that whole read the room stuff is a real thing. It's cool, but we don't need their room. We building our own
So then
rooms.
don't show up.
No, it's not about. But it's not
Then
about
don't
don't show
show
up.
up.
It is.
Yo, if you invite me, just know who the fuck I am. Do y'all research?
No, I
Hold on,
agree
wait.
with that.
Do
I
y'all
agree.
research? At, like he said, who's the talent
Right, who booked
coordinator
him?
here?
Yes.
Who's the talent coordinator here?
I agree.
Because you got to know who the fuck you dealing with.
I agree, but I
So-
also feel like we don't have to show up to the shit show
No,
either.
Yeah, we don't. But this
We
is
don't
where-
have to show
this
up to
is-
the
this is-
debacle.
This is where we are, though. I'm going to promote my brands, and I'm gonna do it the way I like to do it. I'm gonna talk about my show. I'm gonna talk about my sexual enhancement drug that I have, or what? Not a drug. I don't know what it is considered. Energy drink. And I'm gonna do what I want to do.
Wrong
You know
timing.
who it is? Just like if they would have asked.
You're talking about sexual enhancement and domestic violence, and who knows if
But
this
he
man
wasn't
was
talking
forcing
about that.
this
They
woman.
was talking about that.
And he could have been
No,
forcing
what
Cassie
she's
to
saying
do
is-
things
what
she
she's
didn't
saying
want to
is
do.
the representation is what does it
Where
signify?
where did the two correlate? Where did it come together? Where he thought it was appropriate? Because that's really what needs to be thrown around. What's appropriate and what's not appropriate? That's just like if somebody you know has cancer. Right, breast cancer or something like that. I'm not going to get up and start talking about breast, knowing this person just had
A
a
mastectomy.
double mastectomy or
Yeah.
mastectomy.
Right.
It's time and place and sensitivity, and I feel like he's not a sensitive person from what
At
I've
all.
seen.
At
Right,
all.
so I wasn't expecting that from him. That's why I said he just was the wrong person for that interview, in my opinion.
Okay.
That's all.